Welcome. Yay. Mic is loud now. How y'all doing? Everyone good? Everyone in the back can see me? Perfect. My name is CJ Abreu. This is Grant Acosta.
Hello, hello.
We're here to present the Pocket Guide of Process Builders, Flows, and Triggers. You guys excited? Yeah. Awesome.
No,
I
really.
heard yeah somewhere. All right, cool. This is us?
No, really, that's me.
What, that's that you?
No,
I
really.
thought that was me. Is that you?
I'm just...
Oh, it's you. All right, cool. All right, next slide is the forward-looking statement. You guys seen this absolutely everywhere. In the keynote, it actually absolutely explains everything. I'm pretty sure you guys have been to a keynote, right? Yeah? Cool. So we're going to roll on to the next slide. My dad told me a story. Well, I'm going to tell you guys a story. It happened to me when I was 5 or 6 years old. I actually had to cut the grass. My dad told me to cut the grass and make it look like the neighbors. It's actually a common use case. If you think about it, I want this to look like that. I want my website to look like that. I want my beard to look like that. Okay, so my dad told me to cut the grass and make it look like the neighbors. So, okay, the garage door was open. I got the lawnmower out. I went and cut the grass. It was actually smelling like grass in the air. It was great. I felt like I accomplished something. I'm like, yeah, I did it. My dad comes out, nope. Hijo, you missed something. I'm like, what are you talking about? The edging. The edging? I had no idea what edging was. I wasn't outside. I was playing video games. I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to do the edging. Garage door was open. I saw 2 tools. I saw scissors, and I saw a machete. And I don't know why every Latino family has a machete in the garage, but that's just the way it is.
True story.
So naturally, I picked the scissors. I'm sitting there just cutting away. Oh yeah, like 30 to 45 minutes, just hand cramping. But I did it. I did one line. My dad comes out. Hijo, what you doing? Edging. My dad puts his head down. He mumbled a whole bunch of words in Spanish that I don't want to relate here. But to clean it all up, he said, never assume the tools you see are the tools for the job. And then he told me to go get the edger in the back. Awesome, right? So, today we're going to talk about 3 tools: process builders, flows, and triggers. These tools are used to boost up productivity, right? So, but before we start, I literally have to say we still need devs, regardless of what Grant says. We still need devs, and I still want my coffee.
No.
All right, to start it all off, we're going to start with process builders.
Process builders. So just for full disclosure, I'm an admin, not a dev, which is why I love process builders, because they've saved me a ton of money. How, you might ask? I no longer have to buy my dev a coffee and candy in the morning to get my basic processes automated.
That's false.
It's true.
So false.
Process builders are great for those simple, everyday, repetitive tasks that you don't need to do in bulk. They're fantastic for creating records, quick actions, sending out emails, posting to chatters or chatter. What I love about them is they're point and click, drag and drop, don't need code, no knowledge of Apex required, and I can create my whole process in one place.
This is true, but
Some of the cons: you only have access to the records and fields of the running user, so that could put some severe limitations on it. And the tool is not bulkified.
why would you give me something that bricks?
So CJ, should I build a process builder on my account object?
No,
Why?
because account objects, opportunities, bleeds, they're actually very big data-driven objects. There's no reason why to do that on there. You should put them all in as trigger, but I can show you that later.
Perfect. So here we have a basic demo of a process builder. You have your object, the opportunity. You have your decision, a closed one and high value, true. You can post your actions. Your immediate action, draft a contract. Then it sets up a time lapse. 6 days later, it'll set a follow-up task to remind you of an action and set a schedule. Perfect for the basic, like I said, simple repetitive tasks prone to human error.
Now keep in mind, I'm a dev. It's not like I don't like process builders. I think process builders are great, and then use them in actual objects that don't have that much data just like clashing in front of it. But if you ever have a process builder, there he goes. If you ever have a process builder and it's breaking, you can give it to me, and I can change it into a trigger in less than an hour. A good developer can change it into a trigger in less than an hour. That's the best way to say it, right?
Or if you want to mess with your dev, sometimes I just build random stuff and ask him to turn them into triggers, and his head starts to smoke. Next, we have visual flows. So this is definitely a more powerful tool. It allows you to do things in bulk and gives you some actions that you don't have with the process builder. My favorite is creating the guided screens. So not only does it give you kind of a limit on what the user can do, and it tells you exactly what you want them to do, but you make them do all the work.
Yeah.
It also can connect to external systems. And my absolute favorite, the bottom bullet, I can reuse what I build.
This is true.
So I can build it once and apply it in multiple places. The pros, you don't have to be a dev, but...
Actually, I tried this, first time I tried this tool, it was a little bit difficult for me to get the grasp the concept because you have to literally declare every variable in it. So there is a learning curve on it.
It can be a little high. And one of my other favorite things is I can call Apex. CJ can write something and I can set this up and we can actually play nice together.
Oh, it's like a partnership. Oh,
yeah,
okay, I got you.
Some of the cons, like you said, there is a learning curve. It can be steep. It is very complex. And you must consider your Apex governor limits.
Oh, those two?
Yeah, those two.
Man.
So I built this, really. This isn't from Trailhead. But here we have a guided screen. You have your user enter their contact info, and then it does a lookup. If the user exists, it drops them down to their information and presents it to them. If the user does not exist, it then creates a lead record, then brings your visitor to their welcome screen and presents their information.
Awesome.
Short, simple, to the
I
point.
kind of like flows. Now step away. It's time for the triggers. Yes. Almighty triggers. Apex. Knowledge of Apex required. So if you don't know Apex, then you should really just walk around a trigger. You should just give it to a dev or me. Give me a call. Triggers are actually based off actions. Insert, update, delete. There's actually undelete too, but we really don't use that in a day-to-day basis. And they actually are set off on before and after. What does that technically mean? The trigger gets created right in the middle. So before action creates anything you want to create in the trigger. It's kind of like when you wake up in the morning and you go, don't talk to me, I didn't have my coffee. The coffee's right in the middle and then everything else is after. Like after I have my coffee, I can make you a coffee. I can create stuff for other people, all this stuff like that. Before I have my coffee, I'm basically putting all my clothes on, brushing my teeth, and then walking out. It's powerful, it's fast, and with triggers, you can actually use a trigger framework. So you set your order of operations. We're going to show you how to do that too. And you can actually make it bulkified by using sets and maps. There only should be one trigger per object. Let me say that again. There should only be one trigger per object. So not like 5 triggers per one object and all other stuff. And the last thing, one of the cons that most people don't like about triggers is that you have to create unit tests. The pesky 75% unit test, you have the code coverage, yeah. That also has to be applied on there too. The trigger demo. Now I'm going to show you a trigger, and it's only supposed to be this many lines of codes. That's pretty much it. If you have a trigger more than 30 lines, that's insane. Triggers are gatherers. They're supposed to gather information and send it off to somewhere else. And it's sending it off to a handler.
What's a handler, CJ?
I knew you were going to ask that. A handler is a class. That's all it is. It's supposed to grab the data that's actually coming through from the array, which that's what trigger is, an array, and actually handle some modifications or some functionality for you. This is a handler. As you can see from the methods, it has the same kind of function. On after update, on after insert, and from there it handles some functionality. I actually commented out the ETL utility class, but from there you can put your order of operation, and you can put your functions and your names and push them in orders that you actually want to be created, or updated, or delete. It's up to you. I hyped up triggers so big that you guys thought it would probably be like this giant thing, but it's not. If you make it simple, it will be simple. Does that make sense? All right. Now, to recap today's session, three tools: process builders, flows, and triggers. Process builders are great for admin. They're easy use. You can actually create a giant flow, which is great for user requirements to give to a dev. Me. This product is actually mainly used for objects that doesn't have that much data flow hitting it, which is great. Flows, user interaction. pop up a screen, put your information in, click on next, go to the next function. It's
Call
great.
Apex.
Call Apex. Yes,
Whoop.
it's an awesome tool. And then triggers can do everything else. Ha 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 ha. How about that?
I got a little ahead of myself.
Oh, okay. That's pretty much it. Next
That
slide.
is pretty much it.
All right. Thank you. And never assume the tools you see are the tools for the job. And we left time for questions.
Well, actually, just real quick, you'll be able to download this deck. We have a couple of links for Trailhead if you want to walk through and start learning about either process builders, visual flows, or triggers.
Oh, wait. You forgot to tell them. Okay, so after this session, if you guys have any questions from your org that you have right now, we are actually giving a 5-minute consultation. And we'll listen to any business requirements you technically have, and we'll give you the best advice we have. Cool? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.